is. So it has been a long journey. It's been a great journey as well. I have to shout out my boy Kino Coke. This engine build has been bloody brilliant. We just got a stone chip right now, right there. That's what happens. I have got windscreen cover. We will have to claim on that, because I have got another stone chip on the windscreen as well. But that's what happens when you're driving on the motorway. Anyways, I have to give a shout out to my boy Kino Coke, who's built the engine, because it has not missed a beat. Like, it feels so good ever since he's done all that work on the car. And I've got to give a shout out to my boy Phil Cooper as well, because there's just something devilish about what Phil Cooper will do with your car. I mean, we were driving up here, and there was a BMW. Okay, it was only a 330D F-Series BMW that really tried it with us, and he just could not keep up. Yeah, so big shout out to Kino, big shout out to Phil Cooper from Mallory Performance. Those are the people you need to be going to if you're into these cars. But anyways, I digress. The whole point of today is I'm going to reveal to you a new car that I'm buying. I was about to say brand new. It's definitely not brand new. It is new to me. It is new to my family. Now get this, guys. It's a 7-seater. Okay, I know it's it's a bit, it's not as exciting, I guess, as the stuff that we used to on the channel. It is a 7-seater, but that's because I'm just in the stage in my life where that's what I need. We're making the journey all the way from London up here because we're hopefully getting a good deal on the car. If it is as described and how it looks in the photos and the ad, then I think we definitely are getting a good deal. Here's an S3. We'll see what. We'll see on. Doesn't want to play. Okay, anyway, so yeah, we're nearly there. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I am going to show you in a moment. That's if we buy the car at all. So stay tuned. I'll just do a little bit more driving shots and get you guys up there and see if we buy this car. Oh shit, you call the pheasant. There's a camera right there. There we go, side by side. Yorkshire. What a beautiful place Yorkshire is, and just there in front of us is a new Redline Revs car. That's right, it is a Mercedes R-Class R350 CDI. The R350 CDI, Mercedes R-Class, all-wheel drive, diesel, and 7-seater, which is what I need now given where I am in my life. And my wife's driving it right now. We're driving back to London. Really happy with it. I think we got a really good deal on it, and I haven't even driven it yet. I've literally driven it from the guy's house that we bought it from to the petrol station to get fuel in it, and then I've handed it over to my wife because it's more comfortable for her to drive than the CUPRA all the way back to London. So that's what it is, man. We're going to be seeing a lot more coming up, bro. All about this R-Class. There it is, guys. Mrs. Redline Revs is driving our new car back, and it's the R-Class R350 CDI with all-wheel drive, 7-seater, which we need for all the size of our family now. And really happy with that. I think we got a good deal on it, and there'll be a lot more coming up on this car on the channel, as well as all the usual stuff on the CUPRA as well. So stay tuned. Yes, guys, I'm here at a Welcome Break, and everybody knows that Welcome Break service stations are just the best. You don't want to stop at a Moto or a Road Chef. It's all about Welcome Break. And here it is, the Seat Leon CUPRA R, the Redline Revs car. Yes, it's filthy. I've actually started washing it a bit more recently, but I've also started using the car a bit more because I'm working from the office at the moment, despite the pandemic, but it's not my usual office to get to drive in and park there. So there's the Seat Leon CUPRA R, the Redline Revs car that you all know and love. And there is our new Mercedes R-Class 350 CDI. That's a 3-litre diesel engine, and yes, this is also very filthy. We haven't yet washed it. It is a big car. That's a long wheelbase, 7-seater, and yeah, very excited about this. I haven't even driven it yet, to be honest. My wife's been driving on the motorway. I never thought I'd be buying a Mercedes, but this just made a lot of sense. It's just a lot of car for the money. Yes, they were discontinued in Europe around 2013, I believe. This is a 2011 model. We got it for what is a really good price, I believe. And yeah, nice. All-wheel drive, 4MATIC, 7-speed gearbox. And yeah, it looks nice in the sun. So, we're going to get this car back to London. I'm going to be driving the CUPRA R. My wife is going to be driving her new R-Class. So, this one has got the full leather AMG seats, which were an option. A lot of these have partial leather with like sort of half suede. And you know, it's decent enough in here. The cockpit, you know, it stood up the test of time. The car's done just over 80,000 miles, and it still looks nice and new in here. Nothing's broken. Okay, so the command system is a little bit of an older generation one, and it's not the most modern, but it's got the sat nav, it's got the Bluetooth connectivity for your phone and all of that. And here in the back, you know, just like colossal amounts of leg room for passengers. You know, adults will be very happy in here, as will the kids, and of course they will. We've got the DVD players there. So DVD players there for the kids for long journeys when we're going to Germany and that. And yes, so the electric opening tailgate, and we've got the seats here, rear bench, the 7 seats. We've also got roof bars with it as well. Just need to get a box for that for when we're doing our long trips. So that's all. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. So, you know, this is a little bit floppy over here, but that's neither here nor there. This is a lot of car for the money. We're really happy with it. And let's just get it back to London. Let's get it cleaned up. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some work on this. First things first, we're going to get it to London. We're going to get it cleaned up. We need to get new car seats for it as well for the kids, because that's the reason we got it. And then we need to get it to Phil Cooper at Malibu Performance to work as magic on it. And we will be remapping this, and you will see more videos on this. And of course there will be more videos on my CUPRA R, which is just running fantastic. You know, I'm really loving driving this thing. It's so much fun, popping and banging over 5,000 RPM when you let your foot off the accelerator. Phil Cooper done some really good work with that. Kino Coke, my boy, oh man, he just made the car feel new. So yes, there will be more to come on this. I still need to stage 3 it. I was thinking hybrid turbo, but now I'm thinking I'll probably do a big turbo, so all of that's going to come up. You know, we need to get a turbo on it, we need to get bigger injectors, and we need to get an exhaust manifold, and then we'll be good to go. And you know, to get it back to Phil Cooper, stage 3 that. I'll be happy with around 350 brake horsepower. I'm not really chasing figures. I just want to have, you know, lots of fun with the car. And you all know I love these cars, so I'm always keeping that. But today it's all about this. It's a big deal for the family. You know, I just have to come to terms with the fact that I've got 2 kids and 1 more on the way. Life is different now, and I needed something like this, and this is really, really great value for the money. I know they're discontinued. I know a lot of sort of die-hard Mercedes people didn't like them, lots of other people didn't like them, but you know, that's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the value I'm getting for the car. So a lot of car for the money, and I'm really happy with that. My wife's driven it so far, sort of halfway down on our journey back to London, or just a little, well, under halfway. You know, she's really happy with that, and that's what matters to me these days. Keeping the family happy. I'm a family man now. You know, I wish it was a C63 AMG, but it's not, guys. This is a, you know, real life stuff here on Redline Revs. So let's get it to London. Let's get it cleaned up. Okay, YouTube, it's now actually the next day. It's the following day, day 2 of owning the R350 CDI, and I said I was going to get it washed, but when we got back to London, in our local area, there was only 1 car wash open, and there was about 7 cars there, and we were missing our kids, so we left it for the next morning. So here we are now, on our way to get the R-Class washed. It is absolutely filthy, but otherwise it's in good shape. So we're gonna get it washed from the outside, and then we'll do some shots of what it looks like clean, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll get a chance to drive it, because I haven't had a chance to drive this yet. Mrs. Redline Revs had the 3-hour drive back from Yorkshire yesterday, and she woke up twice in the night and told me of dreaming of driving her car. So I've not yet had that opportunity. Oh, look how kind she is. She's actually let this guy walk across the street. I would have made him wait or run him down. Redline Revs. I'm only joking. I wouldn't actually run him down. Do you want to go get yourself to the front of the queue, and I will jump out and get the thing? There's no point, I suppose. Waiting. Yeah, get yourself to the top of the queue. Okay, there it is, and it's a Karcher. It's a Karcher machine wash. There's 1 car in there. There's another car that looks like he's waiting. I'm just going to go pay for our ticket for this car wash, and we'll get it cleaned. Let's get the ticket for the machine wash. Here's a Karcher car wash. Somebody's in there with his Touran, and we are in the queue next for the R-Class to get it washed, because it is so filthy. You can see right across there. Filthy everywhere. It's absolutely filth. Absolute filth. I don't know if you can see. There's dirt everywhere. It's gone green for my man there, so now it's our turn. And I will put my Karcher code in here, which is, where's my code? Ah, here. $610130. Code not valid. He gave me the receipt, but he didn't actually print out the ticket with the codes. I've got that now. So, the Karcher code is 313684. There we go. Okay, so that's the first wash with us of our new Mercedes R-Class. Oh, it's already looking a lot nicer with all that dirt and grime coming off. That's it, scrub it, Karcher, scrub it. Going to wash the wheels as well. think I mentioned it's the only functioning car wash in town, so there's already a queue that's built up behind us. And that's why we got out of bed early, just to get here and get the new Karcher machine washed. I'm trying it off. Okay, I think that's a Karcher wash done. Let's see how clean it is. There we go. Ah, much cleaner. And all of the dirt marks have gone. Oh, the wheels are looking nice as well. Nice and clean. And you can just see how big this thing is. It's absolutely massive. Yeah, nice clean R-Class. Okay, so this is it, my first actual drive in the R-Class. Let's go. Oh, the steering wheel feels nice. There's an R32 there. Brakes. They are a little bit sort of, it does feel a little bit underweight, underbraked for a car of this weight, which Mrs. Redline Revs pointed out to me yesterday. Like I said, I haven't really driven the car. I mean, I drove it very briefly, and then handed it over to her because we went all the way up to Yorkshire with the CUPRA to pick this up. Still needs a bit of a clean on the inside, but it is looking nice from the outside now. So we drove for 3 hours yesterday, and it seems to have used a quarter of the tank doing that. About 155 miles. Foot down. 60. So it shifts actually quite well for a big heavy car. I mean that engine's got enough torque to pull this thing, and oh man, the steering, it is very comfortable. There's not very much feedback through the steering wheel, but you don't really expect that on a car like this. You do feel the weight of the car. Brakes are not quite what I'm used to. I mean, they'll stop the car. Thing that my wife mentioned to me as well. I think we're used to driving cars that clamp a bit hard on the brakes, below, foot down, put off the lights, 60, and then just coasting. And it is really comfortable doing all that. the size of the car, but it, you know, it moves. The engine can move it. It's not sluggish if you wanted to shift. The gearbox seems smooth. Suspension is very comfortable, if a bit softer than what I'm used to. It has got the self-leveling air suspension on the rear, and that on these cars it can be a bit of an issue because it can be expensive to fix and it can fail. You can get leaks in the airbags, but this one's had it replaced, and there was a receipt showing that it had been replaced just before we bought the car, which is very lucky for us. So if you wanted it to move, it's not going to be a slouch. You know, it will move if you need it to. And it'll do it comfortably, and it will do it with potentially 7 adults in the car. Right, I'm going to let off there because we're already going a lot faster than I expected to be going in a car of this size and on a road like this. And even here, it felt comfortable. Smooth, and I know this road is a bit of a bumpy road. On my CUPRA it feels a bit crashy, but here, you know, it's really smooth. And again, you can end up going a lot faster than you expected to, because the weight of the car and how well insulated it is means that you don't really get a sense of how fast you're going before it's too late. Okay, that's naughty enough, I think, for a big family car. For me to still have fun with it when the kids aren't there. Okay, so we're actually just getting back from our first family day out in the R-Class, and it's been a really comfortable journey. For the most part, it has actually been really comfortable. The only thing I'd say is that obviously it's a very big car. It's a bit awkward to park. When we stopped to get a drive-through, I was sort of just outside the parking box and overhanging to another one. But you know, that's to be expected with a car like this. We have got the spider monkeys in the back of the car at the moment. But yeah, you know, it's a great car. So 3-litre V6 diesel engine with a turbo. It's putting out 265 brake horsepower, and I am planning on doing some work on this, so we will probably do the AMG brakes upgrade, because Mrs. Redline Revs correctly identified that it's slightly under braked for the weight of the car, and I'd agree with that. And we're both used to vehicles that clamp really hard and bite right at the top of the brake pedal. So I will be looking at getting some AMG brakes to get that onto the car, as well as remapping it from 265 to, let's say, around 300 brake horsepower. We'll probably get from a remap, and it should take that up to about 700 newton meters of torque. But you know, it's a great car. I think it's fantastic value. One thing I would ask people to bear in mind if you are looking to get this, it is a Euro 5 diesel engine, which does mean that it's not ULEZ compliant. So if you're going to be driving into central London and the ultra low emission zone, then not only will you have to pay congestion charge, but you've got to pay the ULEZ fee on top of that as well. That's not too big an issue for us. We're actually leaving London and moving slightly further out, and if we ever do come in, we're not within the north and south circular, but we're just outside that for the people that we need to see in London. If ever we are taking the kids out on a day to the museum in London, then fine, we'll pay the congestion charge, we'll pay the ULEZ charge, and it will still be cheaper than having 5 to 7 people using a train to get into town. So, you know, those are my initial thoughts. Yeah, it's a big car. It doesn't handle like my CUPRA R or like the other cars that I'm used to, but the all-wheel drive is there, and that kind of helps. And it's very, very smooth. It's a lot more relaxing and comfortable than what I'm used to, and it makes you not really want to drive hard, but drive gently and smoothly, which I think is good. Okay, so you heard it from the kids in the back. Hey Dad, you're dumb. This is Redline Revs. thank you very much for bearing with me and for watching this video. I'm not going to apologize for the kids in the back because that's what it's all about these days, and that's what this car's about as well for me. So stay tuned, a lot more coming up on both this, the CUPRA R, and other cars as well. This is Redline Revs. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for supporting me all these years. See you guys next time.